Welcome to Israel. I understand it's going to be a very short visit, but I hope you're going to enjoy it. I wanted to ask you about the idea of going on a world tour to stay 30 years parallel line. Who was originally the one who came up with the idea? Was it something that came from the band, from your management?
The media suddenly realized that it was 30 years after 1977 last year. And there was a big, there was just lots of stories about the 30-year anniversary of the beginning of punk and all of this stuff.
Sound to you when you first worked on it? Like suddenly you say to yourself, wow, it was a really, really good record.
I think the flow of the record is really nice. The order of the songs seems to really work well. That kind of surprised me.
Hello, how are you? What kind of Blondie we'll hear today?
Tomorrow, do the entire Parallel Lines album to start the show, and then we do some of the other hits from previous, other albums, later albums, and a couple of new things, and a couple of cover songs.
How do you feel to do it?
We've never really stopped doing it, so it's kind of a natural thing, you know. It's the Parallel Lines record's the biggest selling record on our Chrysalis records that they ever had. Even we also sold bands like Jethro Tull with that record. We're really proud of the Parallel Lines record, and it's basically a rock and roll show. We've been getting an amazing response. We've just been on tour in the States for 5 weeks, and it's rock and roll.
I don't think there were very many of us back then, so, the odds were in my favor. Well, pretty much. There weren't really a lot of girls or women doing music at the time, and so I sort of got in on the ground floor, and I'm cute, you know.
Rock and roll has become the background for just life in general, and we all see rock and roll on TV commercials and, just everything, advertising McDonald's and car commercials and all this stuff, and it's constantly there. And when we were all starting out, it wasn't like that. Rock and roll was something you had to seek, and it was a little more special. So in that respect, it's, I don't know, I'm torn by whether that's good or not.
It was more of a signature in time, not really a style of music when we started. And the punk scene was a combination of a lot of different styles of music, and then I think later on it became specifically more the Ramones sound. But mostly it was about attitude, and I think that for me personally, having that kind of attitude was just very important to me, because it sort of made me stand, where I, hold on to my ideas, and to not feel that I had to conform to music business ideas, and to forge ahead and to combine things, as you say. We got interested in a lot of different styles of music, and being an urban band, we were able to incorporate those in our sound, and to do things that were a little bit different. At the time, nobody was doing that. Styles were really limited. They were very, very structured, and we were, able to, what they call that? I forget. It's blending the sounds. Crossover. I think that's what they started calling it, crossover. So
I think all the people we admired, did lots of different styles. I really love, Bowie and the Stones and the Beatles. And all those people really were very diverse in the material they did.
Well, one more question, quick one. You said that you were going to do the whole Parallel Lines album and later albums. Are you going to do Denise?
Possibly. I mean, we have rehearsed it. We're prepared.
There's a lot of songs that we can do, so we can't do them all, so we switch it out. But primarily we're celebrating the Parallel Lines record. And There's certain songs, other songs that we do, but there's a lot of other great songs that are out there that we do sometimes.
I'm asking because Denise was your major breakthrough.
Well, it was in the UK. In the UK, it was. Actually, the song "In the Flesh" from the first album was our first big success, and that was in Australia. And it kind of took 3 records, primarily the Parallel Lines record, to get us to where we got to in the States. So, yeah. Denise, I know, was that popular here, Denise?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
immensely.
Okay. We might do it then.
You know, the punk label is really, for me, all that stuff is so meaningless because it's, I mean, people say Barry Manilow is rock and roll, you know, and all that stuff, somebody says, you know what I mean? And it's, and then we see Johnny Rotten saying that the Ramones sound like Dire Straits. Is that what he said they sounded like? You know? So, yeah, it's in the magazine. So, you know, all that stuff is kind of meaningless.
I kind of go with the CBGB sound, which is a really eclectic sound. When you talk about punk rock, no one at CBGB called themselves punks. You know, it was kind of just bohemian. It was a workshop for musicians really to kind of apply their craft and kind of present it however it came out, whether it be, once again, the diversity of Blondie versus a television or Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers. It was all different. The music wasn't the same. It was, and that's kind of consonant to what we do. Our music is all over the place, and we were influenced by the music that came before, like Chris was saying, the Beatles or the Stones, Bowie. They never stayed the same. They always changed. And also, we were influenced by our peers at CBGB, who were all different. And we kind of assimilated a lot of that sound, mixed with the urban atmosphere we were in, whether, you know, New York, the United States is a big melting pot, and it's primarily New York, you know, Caribbean music. These guys got real influenced by hip-hop, rap music, and, you know, it was all there. It was on a plate for us, and we kind of took it and made it our own, you know.
Now, it sounds like you have a lot of criticism about the music industry these days. Do you hear or came across new talents that you said to yourself, oh, this I can relate to, this is the kind of people that we can actually make music with if opportunity arises?
You mean
collaborate.
Executives, record executives?
No, musicians, bands, artists. Obviously, there won't be any record executive that you'll be able to cooperate.
Well, we just met our new keyboard player, Matt. We met him. We can definitely make music with him.
Yeah, he's great. He's a big addition to stuff. The music industry now is in a very strange place. It's as if somebody tore it into pieces and threw it up in the air and is waiting to see the pattern as it falls, you know. Now, you know, we were in a place where you had to, back then, we had to work very hard to get into a position to have a record company give you $100,000 to make a record. You know, maybe the Ramones cost less, whatever, but generally that was the model. Now, you get 2 kids with a computer can make a record that will sell 1 million copies, whatever. I don't know if that's good or bad, you know, that people are making records out of loops that they buy on CDs that they don't even make themselves, and those records are selling as, you know, as art. You know, is that good or bad? I don't know. I hear a lot of that stuff that I like, but then I hear a lot of the radio in America is pretty miserable today, anyway.
So what do you like?
Now I listen to a lot of old reggae music, really.
So we go back. Nothing that came out, you know, completely fresh, brand new.
You know what
you say,
I call,
oh, this is it.
What I call like college rock, you know, sort of puts me off. You know, I don't know if that translates over here. But.
Oh, I think there's a lot of good music out today. A lot of young bands, young musicians. A lot of stuff that I really like.
30 years is a long time. You've been through a lot. Do you have any regrets?
Of course.
What are they?
I don't know, that I wasn't smarter or, you know, I don't know. But I can't really live with regrets. I mean, what's the point? You know, I mean, I'm not perfect. So.
Many people thought you were.
Oh, well, in that case.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy staying here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.